Good evening, everyone. Today, we will explore how the cultural, political, and legal environments viewed through the lens of political economy shape global business, focusing on political and economic systems and country risk analysis, with the goal of understanding how national culture affects international practices, analyzing also how different political and legal systems impact multinational enterprises, and identifying key ethical challenges such as cultural differences, corruption, and human rights concerns. First is on political systems, the democracy versus totalitarianism. No, so democratic countries encourage international trade and investment through transparency, stable politics, and strong legal systems, making them appealing to businesses. In contrast, totalitarian regimes like China enable swift decision but pose risks such as legal unpredictability and reputational harm. So the US-China trade tensions illustrate this, as American companies face pressure from China after criticizing its policies, leading some Western firms to self-censor to maintain market access. So this highlights that while authoritarian regimes may offer short-term benefits, democracies are more reliable for long-term sustainable business growth. Next is on the economic systems. Market, command, and mix are shaped by a country's culture and political framework. So, market economies thrive in individualistic, low power distance societies that value their freedom and innovation, while command economies align with hierarchical cultures that prioritize control. So, mixed economies blend both approaches. So, as seen in China's government driven growth and India's culturally rooted frugal innovation. This shows that multinational companies must align their strategies with the cultural and political context of each market to succeed. On the other hand, no, a country's culture play a key role in shaping its business risk profile. So high uncertainty, avoidance, and power distance can lead to resistance to change and centralized, unpredictable decision making, raising political and economic risks. Individualistic cultures foster innovation and risk taking, while collectivist ones may resist change but offer coordination. So, as seen in Russia and China, cultural and authoritarian factors can create significant challenges for foreign investors, emphasizing the need for multinational firms to assess cultural traits to reduce investment risks. Next. Culture no, significantly influences the functioning of political and economic systems across countries. In hierarchical, uncertainty averse cultures like China, centralized and state led models prevail, so supported by personal networks such as Guanxi. So in contrast, low hierarchy, no, high trust cultures like Sweden favor democratic, um, innovative mixed economies that balance welfare and business success. So this highlights that global businesses must understand, know the and adapt to local cultural values to effectively navigate different political and economic environments. Next is on managerial and policy implications. Managers and policymakers must align their strategies with the local culture and political economic systems of each country. High hierarchy, uncertainty averse nations require strong governance and trusted partnerships, while low hierarchy, individualistic societies favor flexibility and innovation. Successful companies adapt through localized strategies like globalization, showing that cultural and political awareness is essential for effective international business operations. Next, political economy, which combines a country's political system, legal rules, and economic structure, greatly influence how multinational enterprises operate internationally. These elements define the business environment, requiring multinational enterprises to tailor their strategies to each country's unique system. Therefore, understanding and adapting to the local political economy is crucial for minimizing risk and achieving success in global markets. Next, different political systems, such as democracy and authoritarianism, create a distinct environment for multinational enterprises. Democracies offer stability and legal protection but may impose strict regulations, while authoritarian regimes allow quicker market entry but carry high risk from sudden policy changes. As a result, multinational enterprises must evaluate each country's political system and adapt their strategies to balance opportunities and risks. Next, on the legal systems and business practices. So, legal systems play a crucial role in how multi enterprises operate across countries. Common law systems, like in the UK, offer flexibility but can bring uncertainty and higher legal costs, while civil law systems, like in Germany, provide clear rules and easier contract enforcement. So, therefore, multinational enterprises must understand each country's legal system to manage risks, to ensure compliance and operate effectively. Next, corruption and political risk factors are significant obstacles for multinational enterprises, especially in politically unstable or high risk countries. These challenges can lead to legal issues, financial setbacks, and harm to a company's reputation, as illustrated by Shell's bribery case in Nigeria and the withdrawal of firms from Russia. As a result, multinational enterprises must implement strong risk management, adhere to anti-corruption law, and carefully evaluate the political landscape before investing or operating abroad. Next, strategic response by multinational enterprises. So, multinational enterprises must adapt their strategies to align with each country's political and legal environment. which includes complying with local laws and collaborating with governments. To manage risks, companies often build local partnerships, conduct compliance audits, and diversify their market presence. Examples like Tesla in India and Unilever in Africa show that flexibility and local awareness are essential for global success and stability. Next is on the ethics in global business, a political economy perspective. So, ethical challenges in global business arise from differences in political systems, economic rules, and cultural values, leading to issues like corruption, human rights concerns, and misunderstandings. So, multinational enterprises must balance profit making with ethical responsibilities, even when local norms differ. This means that adapting to local contexts while upholding universal principles of fairness, transparency, and human rights to build trust and ensure long-term success. Next, cultural differences can lead to ethical dilemmas for multinational enterprises, since practices accepted in one country may be seen as unethical in another. Examples include gift giving in Japan, which may be misinterpreted as bribery, and the traditional gender roles in Saudi Arabia, which can clash with global workplace equality standards. Therefore, multinational enterprises need cross-cultural training and flexible strategies that respect local customs while maintaining core ethical values. Next, corruption no, poses a serious threat to global business by undermining fair competition and making legal systems unpredictable, particularly in authoritarian or resource-rich developing countries. So, multinational enterprises often face ethical challenges when competitors use bribes to gain advantages, as seen in the case like Brazil's operation, car wash, and Ericsson's fines in Indonesia. So, to operate responsibly and protect their reputation, multinational enterprises must comply with strong anti-corruption laws and implement strict internal compliance systems. Next, in authoritarian countries, human rights concerns like poor labor conditions and restricted freedoms create ethical dilemmas for multinational enterprises. So companies must decide no, whether to adapt to local norms or withdraw to avoid being complicit in harmful practices, as seen with the H&M and Nike in China and labor issues in Qatar. So therefore, the multinational enterprises must take responsibility through regular supply chain audits and diligence, even when not required by local laws to avoid involvement in human rights abuses. Next, no, to operate ethically, multinational enterprises must demonstrate genuine ethical leadership by doing beyond local compliance. This involves using tools like global codes of conduct, the ESG, assessments, the human rights reviews, and local ethics training as shown by Unilever's cultural adaptation and Intel's human rights reporting. So, strong ethical practices not only uphold integrity but also build trust, protection or protect reputation, and provide a competitive edge. So, in conclusion, understanding the cultural, political, and legal environments through the lens of political economy help us not to see how national culture shapes international business, how different systems impact multinational enterprises, and why addressing ethical challenges like corruption, cultural differences, and human rights is essential for responsible global operations. Thank you so much for listening and good evening, everyone.